The Return of the Prodigal Son by Bartolomé Esteban Murillo, a painting of forgiveness and love. By Bartolomé Esteban Murillo, 1667–1670. The Return of the Prodigal Son, housed at the West Building, main floor, Gallery 50 of the National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C., depicts a moving scene of a father's embrace for his repentant son, based on the biblical parable of the same name. The painting, signed and dated by the artist, is a remarkable example of his dramatic and expressive style, and his ability to portray the emotions and interactions of the human condition. The painting shows a barefoot man wearing tattered clothing, kneeling at the feet of an old, bearded man in a dusty rose-pink cloak over a teal-blue robe. The younger man has shaggy, dark brown hair and a heavy 5 o'clock shadow, and clasps his hands at his chest. He looks up at the old man, who wraps his arms around him in a gesture of forgiveness and love. A small white dog jumps at the son's dirty feet, symbolizing loyalty and joy. They are flanked by 5 people on our right and a man, boy, and calf on our left. On the right, a child, a woman, and 3 men observe the reunion with various expressions of curiosity, surprise, or indifference. 2 of the men hold items that signify the son's restoration to his former status in the family, a silver tray with new garments and a gold ring with a ruby red stone. On the left, a smiling blond boy leads a calf into the scene, indicating the preparation for a celebratory feast. Behind him, a thin, muscular man carries an axe over his shoulder, ready to slaughter the animal. The scene is set in a courtyard with walls that extend back on either side. Billowing putty-gray and white clouds fill the background, creating a contrast between the earthly and the heavenly realms. The painting is a masterpiece of color harmony, as Murillo concentrated the 2 major colors in 2 distinct areas, a warm pink for the father's cloak and a cool blue for the son's garments. He then used the intensity of the white clouds and the silver tray to unify the whole. The contrast between the warm and cool tones creates a visual and psychological effect, as the pink cloak suggests compassion and tenderness, while the blue garments imply sorrow and humility. The painting is also a demonstration of light and shadow, as Murillo illuminates the subject with a natural and radiant light that highlights their features and creates a soft, hazy look. The light also reflects off the ruby red stone, the tip of the nose, the lips, and the calf's fur, adding sparkle and liveliness to the composition. The painting is seen as one of Murillo's religious genre scenes, a Spanish term that refers to paintings of biblical stories or saints' lives, usually set in contemporary settings and featuring ordinary people. Murillo was influenced by his fellow Seville painters Francisco de Zurbarán and Diego Velázquez, as well as by Flemish and Italian artists. He was known for his use of light and color, his attention to detail, and his sympathetic rendering of people from all walks of life. He was also a devout Catholic and a member of several religious brotherhoods in Seville. He painted many works for churches and convents, as well as for private patrons. The painting was part of a series of 8 huge canvases painted for the Church of the Hospital of St. George in Seville, a hospice for the homeless and hungry. Murillo's model was the life around him. Part of the appeal of this canvas lies in its human touches, the realism of the son's dirty feet, the puppy jumping up to greet his master, and perhaps most of all, the father's tender embrace. The painting conveys a powerful message of forgiveness and love, both human and divine, that resonates with the viewers of all times and places. The painting was looted by Napoleon's army in 1810, along with 3 other works from the same series: The Healing of the Paralytic, National Gallery, London, Abraham Receiving the 3 Angels, National Gallery of Canada, The Liberation of St. Peter, Hermitage Museum. The other 4 works remain in Seville: The Miracle of the Loaves and Fishes, Moses at the Rock of Horeb, St. Elizabeth of Hungary and St. John of God carrying a sick man. The painting was given to the National Gallery of Art by the Avalon Foundation in 1948.